G'day guys, I'm really excited to share with you a Dinnerly unboxing review as well as the 3 recipes we did. I'm so grateful Sarah from our community gave me a free box, so I wanted to share with you the recipes that we made from it and some changes I made. So if you like these kind of videos, give it a thumbs up to let me know that you like unboxing. Let's get into it. So with the Dinnerly order, they give you a large period of time. It was from like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. that the meal could come, and it came in about 11:30ish, I think. And it literally sent me a text message before saying it was on its way, and then it sent me another one saying, oh, it's here. And we were inside, they didn't ring the bell or anything like that. And then we went out and grabbed it. And as you can see here, it's got some nice frozen ice blocks in it. Everything was very cool that needed to be cool. And it was just really fresh. There was nothing here that I was like, oh, those herbs don't look very good. They don't give you the recipes, so that's something they email it to you, and we ended up just printing them out anyway because we like them printed out. So it didn't save us any paper because we like printing it out. And there is a certain expectation to use items from your kitchen. Obviously oil, completely understand, soy sauce, but garlic was another thing that they didn't provide. Produce was very fresh, and the meat and chicken looked really good and had a good use by date. So happy with how it came. So the first dish Dave's going to be cooking is glazed Chinese barbecue beef stir fry. So the first thing it said to do was to rinse your rice. I believe that's so it makes your rice even fluffier. When we've done it, we rinse the rice until it's completely clear, and then the rice is a lot fluffier. So that was the first thing to do. It gives you detailed instructions with how to do this rice on the stove, cooking it for 12 minutes and then turning off the heat but still letting it stand for at least 5 minutes. Is to make the glaze, so using the sweet soy sauce, white vinegar and honey. So I ended up doing 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, tablespoon of white vinegar, tablespoon of honey, as well as the sweet soy sauce, which was probably 1 tablespoon. And then to season with pepper and put that aside. And then he's all the beef in a bowl, and then he's putting on some barbecue seasoning, which they provided. It's Chinese barbecue seasoning. This was one of the complaints that Dave did have with this dish. He felt like things were in and out of bowls, containers. He just joked about using so many items in the kitchen. Then once the beef is seasoned, then he's just going to stir fry that for a couple of minutes until it was browned and then removed from the pan. Then in the pan, put some of the pak choy with the water and stir fry that for 2 minutes before removing from the pan, then adding the glaze to the pan, cooking for 30 seconds until it got sticky before adding the beef back in. And then it's about serving it up. So Dave is very good with presentation. So he's gone to the effort of just putting the rice in little ramekins so that it's got that shape. And this dish wasn't a real winner with the kids. And if I was making this again, I'd add a few more vegetables, some broccoli or broccolini. It just would have been really nice to have a little bit more than just the pak choy. The next dish I really liked, I really love a ravioli, and we actually joked about when we were dating, we went to Crown, he had some ravioli. It was a crab ravioli, and all they gave me was 3 pieces, and that was it. This was a really delicious creamy mushroom and prosciutto ravioli. To begin, Dave's chopping up the zucchini as well as the spring onions, and if you had the garlic, this is where you would chop it up as thin as you could. Next, he cooked the ravioli, so he's got some boiling water there, and he's just adding in the ravioli, and he's adding in a stock cube as well, and he's going to reserve the cooking water. Next, he toasted some walnuts on a nice cold pan, and then to make the sauce for this, 1 tablespoon of olive oil. He cooked the zucchini, garlic, and half the spring onions. The rest of the spring onions going to be used as a garnish. Cooked that, then he added in the stock because this came with 2 chicken stock cubes, and then he brought that to a boil with the cream as well. Then he reduced the heat and let it go for 5 minutes until it kind of thickened. For adding in the ravioli, mixing it all together so it was completely covered in the creamy sauce. For dishing it up into each bowl, he put the ravioli as well as some walnuts and spring onions on the top. This is my favourite dish. I'd keep the zucchini. I'd probably add in some carrot as well. It was really yummy. The very last dish is this chicken laksa with stir-fry veggies, and this was Dave and the kids' favourite. So it had these really nice rice vermicelli noodles, but it appeared like it was different, as in it was a bit more like egg noodles how it tasted. It could have just been how I cooked it. The things that it didn't include was garlic, soy sauce, and vegetable oil. It wanted 3 cloves of garlic, which I did not have. And I also didn't even have any garlic in the fridge. So Dave Googled it. So I just used the 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder. I did really notice that the produce was fresh. Here I am putting the carrots in the strucket just to give them a bit of a clean. And then this Chinese broccoli held up really well. Like, it still looks really good. It hasn't gone brown or anything like that. And it's been in that plastic bag since I got it on the Tuesday. So, you know, more than 3 days it's been in there and it's been fine. So I'm just giving it a bit of a rinse. And that's what I like about the strucket. You don't actually have to put your hands in the water. You can just push it up and down to agitate it if you want. So then I chopped up the chicken thighs into thin kind of slices, as well as the carrots, before putting in a separate saucepan. It said a medium saucepan, my vermicelli noodles. Unfortunately, it said medium saucepan. I really think I should have used a large, but anyway. And then it said to toast coconut. Now, this would be a complaint that Dave found with these recipes. He was like, you're going to use a lot of bowls, you're going to be on and off the stove. And I was like, So I toasted the coconut, and I probably could have toasted it a little bit more. And then I used this same container, and I didn't keep taking it off. I just kind of left it how it was. You know, it said to just do the chicken and then take that out, whereas I didn't do that. I just kept the chicken there. So I put the chicken in and cooked that. And then while that was happening, I cut up the Chinese broccoli and I separated the stems and the leaves. The stems are going to take longer to cook. They're a lot harder, whereas the leaves are just going to wilt. So right here, like I said, I didn't take it off. I just thought I'll add the stems here and just move the chicken around. But I probably, if I took it out, I could have stir-fried it at a hotter temperature, but I didn't. It worked out fine. And then I put in the hard carrot as well. And it was probably in there for a few minutes until it started to soften down. And then I put in the garlic powder as well as the curry that came with it. It was just a really simple Malaysian mild curry. It wasn't spicy at all. And then I just cooked that until it became fragrant, which didn't take long at all, before adding in the leaves as well as 1/4 cup of water and soy sauce. And then when I mixed this all together, I was like, it tastes so similar to when we had the beef earlier in the week. And I thought, nah, I want to change this up a bit. So I added in the noodles, and as you can see here, it's not like the normal vermicelli noodles that I get. It was a bit more, it wasn't as thin. That's probably what I'm saying. It wasn't as thin. And when I'd taken it off the stove after it cooked for 7 minutes, I put the hot water through it so it didn't stick together, but you meant to obviously use it straight away, which I didn't. So then I just had to break it all up, which works out really well for the kids anyway. So I broke that up and tasted it. I do a lot of tasting when I'm cooking, and I was like, nah, I don't really like this. So what I added was some coconut cream. I know in previous What's for Dinner videos, you guys have said to me, if it's spicy for the kids, then just add some coconut cream or coconut milk. So I went with the coconut cream just because I found the soy sauce quite a strong, salty taste this time. So I used the cream and everyone really loved it. So then I mixed it all together, separated it into bowls, and then put the toasted coconut on the top. And we had these 2 meals in a row. So it is quite a large batch, which is really good. And seconds were requested the first time, which I do love to hear when I make a meal. So I hope this gave you some ideas, guys. If you want to give this video a thumbs up, it really supports the channel. So I'd really appreciate that. Thanks heaps for watching. I've got my Marley spoon unboxing there if you want to check that out, as well as a big playlist of What's for Dinner recipes if you need some inspiration for your family meals. Thanks for watching. Bye.